There's another elephant in the room of all of this, if you can even believe it. Ant's family connections. His father, George, was a retired Supreme Court judge. His stepmother, Felicity, was a county court clerk judge until her retirement in 2023, which influence like that doesn't just disappear. It travels through systems, institutions, and a lot of favors. And we know that this isn't hypothetical because Ant's sister, Christina, she was caught trafficking drugs back in 2014, 9 baggies of coke. And instead of prison time, she received 200 hours of community service. Most people facing charges similar to that do not walk away with community service, and many Australians believe that she received leniency because of who her parents were. So if that family could allegedly protect one child, why wouldn't they protect another? And if you're not convinced that Ant might be involved, here's something else. Ant moved on very quickly after Phoebe's death. By 2018, he was dating a 25-year-old model named Bailey. He was 51 by this point. So 51, dating a 25-year-old. I mean, his age changed, but his type certainly didn't. And then it happened again. On June 24th, 2018, Bailey was found dead. She was seated against a kitchen cabinet with a gold cord around her neck. Her death ruled as self-inflicted asphyxiation, despite the fact that nothing in the kitchen supported a hanging scenario. There was no anchor point, no broken fixture, nothing to indicate that she had suspended herself and that there was some sort of pull situation, which, I mean, hello, sound familiar? The coroner wrote that she was under the influence of alcohol, also prescription medication and cocaine, and that she was acting impulsively due to relationship issues. And Ant, of course, he was all too happy to echo that sentiment. Her mother said that when she called Ant to tell him that Bailey was dead, he offered condolences and he immediately shifted into a speech about how he had been trying to help Bailey get her life together, framing her as the problem and him as the savior. Sounds familiar, right? 2 women, same partner, same pattern, same explanation. Both officially ruled not suspicious, yet both families convinced otherwise. So at some point, you gotta look at the writing on the wall and think either this man is cursed or he's protected. And if Phoebe's death wasn't the tragedy that the investigators were insisting that it was, then what happened to her, it wasn't fate, it was enabled.
The way that it is at the moment is that no one else was involved in Phoebe's death. She put herself down the chute accidentally. It's just like a case closed. And we don't believe that happened.
Why would anyone want to put Phoebe down that chute?
It is a good question. Why would anyone? It's a very unusual way, almost impossible, I think, to accidentally put yourself down there. But it's quite a good way to dispose of someone, if that's what you wanted to do.
Despite Phoebe's family fighting for years to get her case reopened, or at the very least just re-looked at, it has stayed closed. The coroner and the investigators seem sure of their findings and they are not willing to budge. But Phoebe's family has very strong feelings about what happened to her that day. They believe that she was murdered in cold blood.
Do you believe she committed suicide?
No, I don't.
Natalie, do you believe that Phoebe was murdered?
Yes, I do.
Who would want to kill Phoebe?
Yeah. Who would want to do that?
So what do you think has really happened to Phoebe?
Well, I think she's been murdered.
That's the reality that Phoebe's family wakes up to every single day. There's no resolution, no accountability, no arrests, just unanswered questions and a story that makes less and less sense the more you look at it. And in the years since her death, her family has created a website, PhoebeHandsjuk.com, and it is both a memorial and a resource. On it, they lay out the details of her case, they challenge the official findings, and they share who Phoebe really was beyond the autopsy results and the headlines. Because she wasn't just a woman whose death was labeled as this accident, she was a daughter, a granddaughter, a friend, a niece, somebody who laughed, loved, yes, struggled, and, had some tough times, but somebody who created and just cared deeply about the world around her. And in the About Phoebe section of the site, her family writes that Phoebe, quote, had a fierce sense of justice. Which I think that's the cruelest part in all of this.